Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
A shopping plaza in our area has a lot of vacant shops, and a national retail store that is there is closing. The strip mall is along Highway 10, and viewers contacted our whistleblower hotline saying they heard it was being demolished. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into those claims and found out the old shopping center is about to undergo some major changes for the better.
There hasn't been much over here for a long time.
Brian Dewitt came to the East 10 shopping center to get groceries at Cashwise with his family. He says the plaza has gone downhill, and the new owner agrees.
There's been some underinvestment in the buildings.
Diebold says he plans to invest and redevelop the area, and that Moorhead is underestimated. And he's also working with new tenants.
I think it's got a lot to offer, and I'm excited to realize that potential. And I think that you'll find that Moorhead, the community, is actually very, very strong.
Diebold says the area gets numerous shoppers from downtown Fargo and east of Moorhead.
This is one of the best locations for us in the past almost 5 years.
Tran says his Moorhead salon did better than his former Fargo salon. He is already working on his next business venture, a coffee shop, which will be just a few doors down from the nail salon.
I believe he's going to bring more, tenants in pretty quickly.
Tran adds the old owners didn't care about the property. And in the first month with Diebold, he repaved the parking lot, trimmed the trees, and fixed the sidewalks. But what will happen since the major retailer in the lot is closing?
Kmart leaving is probably one of the best things that could happen to this area because it was a low productivity retailer. And that means it's not meeting the needs of the customers in the trade area.
People we talked with in the area said they are eager to see what businesses will pop up.
What would be cool here is a drop-in daycare. I think that'd be cool because there's grocery stores and stuff like that.
It's maybe another restaurant over in this part of town.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
The owner says the East 10 Shopping Center will see a lot of changes over the next year. Of course, with the addition of more tenants, but he says he hopes to make it more welcoming to shoppers by giving it what he calls a much-needed facelift. In Moorhead, Minnesota, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
The Kmart in the plaza is closing. Employees say they don't have an exact date, but were told near December. That story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our hotline now at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. And a member of our investigative team will get on the case to go to work to expose the truth. So, what do we have weather-wise? I know it's a lot chillier than it was last week.
Yeah, cool and cloudy today. And temperatures are going to be on the upward swing as we clear out after a really cool night. Let's take a look at the tower cam out there in Fargo. We have partly cloudy skies turning mostly clear across the area right now. And temperatures are full, and we are now at 39 degrees after reaching our high of 50 in Fargo. Moorhead at 37 as the wind has gone calm. And into the Grand Forks area, they have some clouds, so it's a little warmer. Temperature at 42 degrees right now. Other temperatures show into the Wahpeton area, 39 degrees. So is Fergus Falls, 37 Detroit Lakes, 41 right now. Bemidji with Roseau at 43, keeping the clouds clear skies out toward the Jamestown and Devils Lake area. Both temperatures into the mid-30s right now. You can see we had some cloud cover, but it is starting to dissipate. More clouds from Grand Forks to Roseau, but we are seeing mainly clear skies across the area right now. High pressure's in charge up to our north. Gave us that northerly flow. Not that bad today. We had a north wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour, but it did keep us cool. The high is clearing us out nicely. It will move off to the east, and we will flip around to a southerly wind as we go through Sunday and Monday with plenty of sunshine. Then this low pressure system gets here for the day on Tuesday and gives us a chance of showers. Makes us a lot cooler. As we go through the overnight period, temperatures will fall to near freezing. We're going to keep mainly clear skies, but the wind will flip more to a southerly direction, so it will not let temperatures drop as far as they could if we kept that northerly wind or stayed calm. Plenty of sunshine out there for the day on Sunday with temperatures getting close to 60 degrees. Some areas getting into the lower 60s. And we have that frost advisory as we go through the overnight period, and it lasts until 8 a.m. a.m. for most of the viewing area. Temperatures near 60 under mainly sunny skies as we keep that southerly wind in the Fargo area tomorrow. Other temperatures into the upper 50s and lower 60s across the region. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. And as we go through the day on Monday, plenty of sunshine and a southerly wind. We'll get temperatures into the low, in some places mid 70s as we start next week. So recapping the next couple of days, 62 on Sunday and 72 on Monday, mostly sunny skies and turning breezy. And then we cool down on Tuesday, high near 50 with a chance of some showers. 52 Wednesday, 57 Thursday, mostly sunny and dry as we round out the week and start next weekend into the mid 60s by this time next week.
So it's a little up and down in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, it's what you expect for October, and we're going to be in the warm air for the next couple of days. By midweek, back into the cool air.
Thanks so much, Justin.
Yep.
Today marks the first day of North Dakota's pheasant hunting season. Law enforcement officials want to remind hunters to always exercise safety in the field and be cautious on roadways, especially during the harvesting season. Don't risk a head-on collision with a beat truck. Go slow and move over so you can both pass safely. And remember to park your vehicles in a place that will not block the roadway. Morton County law enforcement also wants to remind anyone traveling to southwest North Dakota to be aware of protesters along roadways in Morton and Sioux counties. It's only a few weeks into the hunting season, but some people have already been ticketed for driving with loaded firearms. A local gun shop wants to remind people those firearms must be unloaded when you're heading back home after a day out hunting.
The laws do state that if you're going to transport a firearm, it has to be in the most rearward part of your vehicle, and the ammo has to be as far away from it as you can be. In trucks, that's hard, you know, under the back seat or something like that, and then the ammo has to be in the glove box or in the front.
Bratloff says people also need to remember that they are role models for their children, so it's good to get them comfortable with the gun and make sure you set boundaries. 13 people could become Fargo's newest police officers if they meet the requirements. They all applied online and then came in to answer 100 behavior and situational questions important to being in law enforcement. They say not everyone passes the test.
You know, we want people to realize if this is the right career for them or not, because as many people know, this isn't one of those 9-to-5 jobs. You kind of have to have a special personality to be able to put up with the hours and the kind of work environment we're in.
Police say anyone can apply as long as you have college or tech school work under your belt, and it doesn't have to be in law enforcement studies. A 16-week training program is waiting for those who do pass this morning's test, and it can take up to 6 months before an officer can be out on the streets patrolling. About 200 people ran in the second annual Defender Dash today that made a loop through Lindenwood and Gooseberry Park. Money raised from the event goes to the Brady Oberg Legacy Foundation, a local organization that helps combat veterans deal with PTSD. Oberg was from Ulen, Minnesota, and died in August 2015. The race was started when the coordinator wanted to honor and raise awareness for veterans. Army boots and helmets lined the sidewalk as an important symbol.
It's a symbolization of the 22 a day that the suicide rate for veterans right now. And so we thought it would be kind of a nice way just to kind of represent, you know, just seeing the visual of it is kind of I guess a reminder of what we're trying to, you know, accomplish with their awareness out here.
Vogel says the race will be about the same time next year if you'd like to participate. Hundreds of people were in downtown Fargo today celebrating the 8th annual Fargo Oktoberfest, featuring a pub crawl and events in the old Broadway parking lot. Attendees enjoyed beer samples courtesy of Shock Top games, a beanbag tournament, and a hot dog eating contest. Speaking of contests, one aspect of today's Oktoberfest that did not go unnoticed was the running of the wiener dogs. These cute dogs were dressed for the day's festivities, hitting the stage ready to go on command. The wieners were split into heats before running to the end of the track. They're so cute. But some of these poochies didn't exactly understand the concept. However, an 11-year-old dog named Oscar accomplished the feat, claiming first place during his race.
He was the first winner in the first heat, and
first race ever.
And he's probably the coolest dog on the planet, actually.
The coolest dog on the planet, yes. Congratulations to that cool dog and all the other dogs that competed in today's running of the wieners. Still ahead tonight, Donald Trump is in hot water. We'll tell you why top Republicans are no longer supporting the presidential nominee.